Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. Meeting mistakes as participant and as convener. Too often meetings are a poor use of time. Avoiding the following mistakes should help. First, as an attendee, being too afraid to beg off. Sometimes you know up front that your time could be better spent in attending the meeting. Consider asking for a dispensation. Failing to prepare. Sure, sometimes you can just bop in, no prob. But more often you benefit by thinking about the agenda and having a suggestion or question at the ready. Not coming a bit early. Arriving a couple of minutes early gives you a chance to bond without seeming pushy and to take the room's temperature, especially around the question or comment you're planning to offer. Speaking up too early or too often. You gain some mystique by waiting. Perhaps more important, you get to hear other people's comments so yours can incorporate theirs, or maybe you'll come to realize that your planned offering is ill-advised. Often even better, your comment can build on theirs, acknowledging their contribution. For example, in light of what Jill and Alex said, I'm wondering if we might do X. What do you think? Of course, waiting imposes risk that someone else will have shared your nugget, but that's usually a risk worth taking. Not listening well. Of course, you know you pay a price for overtly not listening. For example, being in prayer, looking down at your phone. But often, maybe even usually, listening to who's saying what and with what level of enthusiasm can teach you something of value about the ideas and about the people. Now, some mistakes that conveners often make. Scheduling too many meetings. In today's collaboration-oriented ethos, it's tempting to call a meeting. Well, the wise leader decides if a less intrusive approach would be a better use of people's time. For example, should you send the group an email, Slack, or Google Doc requesting input? Meetings are most helpful when real-time group exchange of ideas would be helpful. Not sending an agenda the day before. Send a draft agenda the day before asking for suggested changes. Keep the agenda tight. Discussions tend to expand to the time allotted. Also consider scheduling the meeting right before lunch. That encourages people to say what's important within the time limit. Not keeping to the agenda. If attendees sense they can hold forth at length or go off on tangents, some will. Keep the meeting crisp, roughly within the scheduled time limit per item. That will condition attendees to say only what's important. Don't be afraid to cut off someone. Too often what's important could have been said more concisely. One way to cut off a person tactfully is, when he or she stops for breath, say something like, "So, in essence, you're saying X. Anyone want to comment, or should we move on?" Your attendees will appreciate your meeting's crispness. And finally, not summarizing with action items and perhaps assignments. Too many meetings takeaways evanesce into the ether. Perhaps helped by the whiteboard notes that you or your designee takes, agree on the meeting's main takeaways. If that yields to-dos, assign them or ask for volunteers. I hope this will help you have more productive and enjoyable meetings and maybe fewer meetings. In any event, that's Meeting Mistakes. As usual, I thank you for watching. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And certainly would welcome you taking a look at any of my 34 books. Probably the one most relevant to this is Work Stories, but all 34 are on Amazon. Just go there, search on my name, Marty Nemko, Nemko, and you will find more than you can stomach. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.